A single choice can move like a whisper in the wind. At first, it touches only one life, a small disturbance in the quiet air. Then that whisper travels. It touches another life, and then another, growing louder with each person it passes. This is the central idea of karma, the 2025 Netflix series that shook K-drama. The story begins with one man's poor choice, a decision born from desperation. This single act starts a long, brutal chain of events. It is a story of crippling debt, calculated lies, cold-blooded murder, and a stolen name that carries the weight of another man's life. The series is sharp, dark, and unforgiving. It poses a haunting question: can you escape who you are by taking someone else's name? Karma is a 6-episode crime thriller on Netflix, APR 4 2025. Each episode runs for approximately 53 minutes, a deliberate choice that makes the storytelling incredibly tight and focused. It avoids unnecessary detours, ensuring that every scene serves the central plot. This concise format makes the unfolding tragedy all the more potent, as there is no room to breathe between the escalating consequences. The camera work is masterful, lingering on the rain-slicked neon streets of the city, the cold sterility of empty hospital hallways, and the subtle facial twitches that betray small lies destined to grow into catastrophic crimes. It is a show built on atmosphere and suspense, drawing viewers into its dark world from the very first frame. The plot moves with a deliberate and heavy pace, like a predator stalking its prey. The story is constructed as a mosaic, connecting 6 intertwined lives where each person's actions directly and disastrously affect the next. The narrative centers on 3 men whose paths were never meant to cross, yet become irrevocably tangled. Each man, through his own choices, alters the fate of the others in profound and violent ways. It all begins with Park Jae-yeong, a man drowning in a sea of debt. He finds himself cornered, with relentless loan sharks closing in from all sides. He is desperate for any way out, no matter how dangerous or morally compromised. It is his one bad choice, born from this desperation, that sets the entire tragic story into motion. The series is not for the faint of heart, earning its 18+ rating for violence and profanity. It is a slow, merciless descent into the inescapable consequences of human greed, desperation, and revenge. What starts as a series of seemingly separate tragedies, a man's crippling debt, an accidental killing, a past trauma that has never healed, gradually and methodically converges into something far darker than anyone could have anticipated. Critics have lauded it as a character-driven thriller that constantly subverts expectations. Just when you think you have the story figured out, it takes an unexpected turn, pulling you deeper into its web. This is the butterfly effect, but with human lives, where every decision creates ripples that become tidal waves of destruction for someone else down the line. At the heart of this dark tale are 3 men, each from a different walk of life, whose destinies become violently intertwined. The first is Park Jae-yeong, played with haunting desperation by Lee Hee-jun. He is the debtor. The relentless pursuit by loan sharks has pushed him into a corner, forcing him to consider options he never would have imagined. The second key player is Gil-ryong, portrayed with chilling composure by Kim Beom-jun. He is the hitman, but he has his own history and connections. The third and most cunning player is Kim Beom-jun, brought to life by Park Jae-yeong. He is the con man, working with his partner, Gil-ryong. Story takes its darkest turn. Jae-yeong, pushed to his absolute limit by the loan sharks, orchestrates a plan he believes will be his salvation. The plan goes horribly wrong, leading to an accidental killing. This violent act is the point of no return, turning debt into murder. The weight of the act immediately changes Jae-yeong. Guilt consumes him. Panic and chaos erupt. Plans crumble into a bloody mess. Unseen, another person is drawn in. Kim Beom-jun, the con man, witnesses the crime. For Beom-jun, it's an opportunity. He calculates the angles, how to twist this tragedy to his ends. The heart of Karma, the identity swap, elevates it to a masterpiece of suspense. This is the moment the series pivots, revealing Kim Beom-jun's genius and cruelty. He realizes he resembles the debt-ridden Park Jae-yeong. He sees a chance to escape and start a clean slate. To do it, he must eliminate anyone who knows the truth. He orchestrates a confrontation, kills the hitman, Gil-ryong, kills the debtor, Jae-yeong. The fire becomes his prison. He's trapped and badly burned, then escapes. The blaze is a rebirth, a scarring baptism into his new identity. Beom-jun, burned, arrives at the hospital. Nurses ask his name. He looks through his bandages and with a weak voice claims to be Park Jae-yeong. In that moment, Kim Beom-jun officially dies. Park Jae-yeong is reborn. Authorities and staff have no reason to doubt him. He has stolen a name, a face, a story. Beom-jun believes he has won. He thinks that by taking Jae-young's name, he has shed his criminal history and the enemies searching for him. He anticipates quiet anonymity, free from consequences. Park Hae-soo's acting sells the pain and cunning beneath bandages. You feel the sting of deception and the slow tightening grip of fate. Karma makes triumph curdle into a curse. It's chilling. Kim Beom-jun's plan was nearly perfect, but he overlooked one crucial detail. He successfully stole Park Jae-yeong's name, but he failed to understand that a name is more than just a word. It is a history, a record of debts and obligations. In taking on the debtor's identity, he also inherited all of his problems. The most significant was Jae-young's massive, crippling debt to ruthless loan sharks. He believed he was stepping into a blank slate, but he had actually walked directly into a minefield. The very enemies Jae-young was trying to escape now had a new target, and they believed that target was him. The consequences begin to unfold slowly, then all at once, the loan sharks resume their hunt. They do not care about the fire, the burns, or the trauma. They only know that Park Jae-yeong is alive, and he still owes them. Beom-jun, recovering in his hospital bed, starts receiving threatening visits. The name he thought would be his shield has become his prison. The identity he stole has only brought him a new set of chains. Can a person truly separate an identity from its history? An identity is woven from actions, relationships, and debts, both financial and moral. By claiming to be Jae-young, he claimed responsibility for everything Jae-young owed. He becomes the very person he destroyed, destined to suffer the same fate. The end of the story is as brutal and unflinching as the rest of the series. Believing there is no other way out, he swallows a handful of fentanyl pills. He vomits up the pills and awakens, perhaps believing for a fleeting moment that he has cheated death once again. He is wrong. His escape is short-lived as he is promptly kidnapped by the loan sharks. They still believe he is Park Jae-yeong. They take him to a cold, sterile, illegal underground clinic. Their plan is to harvest his organs for sale on the black market. He is strapped to a table, helpless, facing a punishment far worse than prison. The surgeon is Yoon, the boyfriend of Joo-yeon, a woman whose life was destroyed by the chain of events that started with Jae-young's father's death, an accident caused by Beom-jun himself. Yoon looks down and says, "Just think of this as bad karma." He proceeds with the operation, deliberately choosing not to use any anesthesia. The punishment is agonizing, conscious suffering, a consequence delivered by a hand tied to his own past sins. This ending provides a brutal but satisfying sense of justice. Every bad deed has come full circle. Beom-jun, who stole a life to escape his past, has his own life taken by someone from that very past. Joo-yeon finally receives closure as the man responsible meets a fittingly gruesome end. One of the most praised aspects of Karma is its concise 6-episode format. In a world where many K-dramas stretch to 16 or more episodes, this shorter structure is a deliberate and brilliant choice that significantly enhances the story's impact. First and foremost, the tight runtime ensures there is absolutely no filler. Every single scene, every line of dialogue serves a purpose. The narrative is lean and muscular, moving forward with relentless momentum. The focus remains squarely on the central thread of consequence, keeping the viewer hooked from the first minute to the last. Second, the short run is perfectly suited to the show's dark and brutal tone. The story is an exercise in sustained dread, pain, fear, bad choices. A longer 16-episode depiction could become exhausting, diluting the violence and despair. At just 6 episodes, the story remains raw and potent. It doesn't give the audience time to become desensitized. Third, the condensed format makes the series' central twist even more powerful. In Karma, the twist hits at the perfect moment as the story hits a fever pitch. Finally, the 6-episode structure mirrors Karma itself. Short, strong, undeniable links. The format makes the story a perfect closed loop of consequence and unbreakable law. Karma is more than a crime thriller, it is a chilling fable about the inescapable nature of consequence. It begins with one man's single, desperate choice. Those ripples expand to destroy multiple lives. The identity swap is a brilliant, brutal lesson. A name is not a shield. A new face cannot erase the depths of the soul. For fans of dark, intelligent thrillers that move fast and hurt slow, Karma is essential and unforgettable.